In the previous video, we had discussed about just an introduction related to concave, convex mirrors. Okay, concave and convex mirrors, and we had given a detailed explanation, brief explanation related to plane mirrors also. And I had also discussed about different types of mirrors. There are mainly 4 types of mirrors. They are concave, convex, plane, as well as parabolic, right? These 4 mirrors are used in different categories, different sections, and now we are going to discuss about a new topic related to concave mirrors. Okay. Hello guys, this is Pranav Dhanipudi and welcome to my channel. Yes. Today we are going to discuss about concave mirrors. This video is mainly a basic introduction to concave mirror. Firstly, we are discussing about concave mirror, and next we are discussing about the terms related to concave mirror and what are these spherical mirrors used for. Okay. Now, generally, a concave mirror is a mirror which is cut from a hollow spherical surface, hollow spherical glass surface. The sphere must contain these properties: spherical, first spherical, then hollow, then glass sphere. Okay. Now this glass sphere is taken and it is cut along a chord of a sphere. Along a chord of a sphere, in the sense we had taken a glass sphere and we had cut into some 2 parts, which is along its chord, not along its diameter. It is not cut along its diameter, it is cut along its chord. Now I am considering the smallest part of the sphere which we had cut. I mean to say this. This is the smallest part. So I am omitting this total part. Now this is making concave or convex mirror by silvering on any one of the sides of the hollow glass surface. In the sense, we are now taking this glass plate and taking the silvering and applying on the outermost side. In the sense, outer side of the glass plate, I mean to the bent side of the glass plate, and this side is used for reflection, and this is silvered surface, right? Concave mirror is represented as we discussed. Plane mirror is straight line and one side is shown like this. In the same way, concave mirror is shown in this way. The side which we are coating is represented by these short lines, and the open surface is represented for reflection. This is for silvering. We represent in this way the concave mirror. Okay, this is a basic introduction to concave mirror, and now we are discussing terms related to concave mirror and convex mirror. Okay. This video makes you clear about how are these different terms related to spherical mirrors, parabolic mirrors, and also even plane mirrors too. Some terms are used generally: pole, say radius of curvature, center of curvature, focus. What are these? What are these terms? They simply use, but they don't give anywhere what is this definition, what is the exact meaning of the definition. Now in this video, this is the main topic, that is terms related to these 2 mirrors. They are concave as well as convex mirrors. Now I'll simply name the terms first so that you'll get a clarity which we are discussing. Firstly, pole, focus, center of curvature, radius of curvature, focal radius. These are some basic terms related to these concave and convex mirror. Generally, we had drawn in the previous videos ray diagrams related to plane mirrors. Ray diagrams related to plane mirrors, right? What are these plane mirrors? These plane mirrors we had taken an object and we had taken two rays and they got reflected. They had extended to form an image. How can we draw ray diagrams for the same in the same way but for concave and convex mirrors? We have to firstly know these terms to draw ray diagrams for any type of these spherical mirrors. Now, firstly we will discuss what is pole, and also there is another term, principal axis. Okay, there are different other types of terms we will discuss in the later videos. Now, these are basic terms which help us to identify exactly what is a ray diagram. How to identify a ray diagram. Please help us these words. Now I am considering a concave mirror. Is this a concave mirror? No. Without silvering, we can't say whether it is a concave or convex. So, silvering side is a very crucial role, plays a very crucial role in identifying whether it is concave or convex. If the silvering is kept like this, it becomes convex. Now I had rubbed this silvering this side and applied this side, then it becomes concave. Concave and convex have different types of properties, different types of images. So silvering side plays a very, very key role in identifying the images in the ray diagrams. Now I can say this is concave mirror. Now a line which is drawn exactly from the middle of the mirror and perpendicular to the axis of the mirror is called principal axis. A line which is drawn exactly perpendicular to the curvature of the mirror is called principal axis. Now, I had understood what is principal axis. Now, what is pole? By using this, the point where principal axis and mirror coincide. Where the principal axis and mirror coincide, this is the mirror and this is the principal axis. So this is the intersection point. So this is called pole. Pole is indicated by a capital letter P. In the sense, first capital letter of the word is P. Now this is the intersection. This is the intersection of principal axis and the mirror and radius of the mirror. To get pole, intersection gives us pole. Now, say me from which type of glass this mirror is obtained. From which type of glass it is obtained? Spherical glass, right? This is total sphere and we had cut small part now to form a concave mirror. Now I had imagined that whole diagram, you would see. This is a whole diagram. Now, from pole I had taken from the center of the sphere from which we had cut that concave mirror. This is sphere, no? The sphere will have center. Now I had cut like this. This is the center. So, this is the center. This center is called, now I had cut this. So, this is useless. This center is called the center of curvature of this mirror. Center of curvature of this mirror. The center of the whole sphere from which we had cut a part to form the concave mirror is called center of curvature. Now the distance between the pole from the mirror to the center of curvature is radius of curvature. We had understood what is center of curvature. So radius of curvature is nothing but the distance between the pole as well as the center of curvature. What are the terms we had discussed? This. There are another two terms. Focus and focus, focal radius. Up to here, are they clear? Mainly pole. Pole is nothing but the intersection of principal axis and the mirror. Principal axis is nothing but a line which is drawn exactly to the perpendicular to the curvature of the mirror. And the next, center of curvature. The center of curvature means we had taken a sphere and cut from that only, we had cut one concave mirror part. So this is called center of curvature. The distance between pole and center of curvature is called radius of curvature. Now focus. Focus makes a key role in discussing how the image is formed. Still two terms are left. We'll discuss them. What are they? Focus and focal radius. Firstly, what is a mirror that we are discussing? It is a concave mirror. Firstly, I am discussing about concave mirror, then I am discussing convex mirror. Now I am drawing the concave mirror. Is this a concave mirror? First we have to silver. Silvering makes a key role in identifying the mirror. If no, both sides are not silver, then it acts as a glass plate. Okay. Now I had silvered one side. This side it is called concave. We know this is called principal axis, right? Now this is pole. This is center of curvature. And another one. Up to now we had discussed this much only. This is called radius of curvature. We had discussed in the previous videos, light rays are different types. There are different types of light rays in the previous video, that is video part 3. In the video part 3, light part 3, we had discussed different types of light rays. There are mainly 3 types of light rays. They are convergent, divergent, as well as parallel. There are 3 types of light rays or light beams, we say. They are collection of rays because they are collection of rays.
Second one, arrows.
Divergent, convergent and parallel. Okay, these are 3 types. Now, if you want a clear explanation about these rays, we have to, you can see the light part 3 video to get a clear explanation about this. Now in these 3, I am considering this parallel rays. Now, why I am considering only parallel rays? I like this parallel rays, that's why I am considering parallel rays. I want focus, that's why I am considering parallel rays. Okay, I am considering parallel rays. Parallel, in sense, the light rays that never meet. Okay, they are parallel rays. Parallel rays are generally emitted by distant objects. Distant objects emit parallel rays. If you consider a sun, not a sun, it is the sun, because there is only single sun in our solar system. The sun. If you consider the sun is infinitely distant when compared to concave mirror in Earth, right? Concave mirror is very small when compared to sun. So it appears to be at infinite distance. It is not generally infinite. It is, when it is compared with this mirror, then it appears to be infinite. It is not exactly infinite. It is exactly, they have a proper value into 10 power 8 kilometers, we have exact value. But this much big value appears to be like an infinity for this concave mirror, which is a very small concave mirror. So I can consider these rays to be parallel. So sun rays coming towards the earth, consider as a parallel in the case of spherical mirrors or any types of mirrors present in the earth. Okay? Now I am considering those rays, that parallel rays. Okay, I am hitting those parallel rays towards my concave mirror which I have in my pocket. I am placing it towards the sun. Now those parallel rays, see, they come, many parallel rays will come and hit my concave mirror like this. I am considering any 4, not only 4, they come, many, n number of rays will come. Okay, many rays will hit the concave mirror, but they are exactly parallel to each other. Okay, in between there is a principal axis. Okay, this principal axis also looks like a ray. This is principal axis I am mentioning here. Okay, this is principal axis, parallel rays. Parallel rays in the sense the rays which are parallel to principal axis. Now, after reflection, where will they go? Here lies an interesting point. After these reflections, all meet at a particular point. See, all after reflection towards the concave mirror, they all intersect at a point. This point is called focus. Okay, we indicate focus as F. Our first letter is F, so we are considering F. Now see, F is the point where all the parallel rays hit the principal axis of the concave mirror at a single point force. Now, the distance between the focus and the principal point, what is that? Pole. The distance between pole and focus is called focal radius. You may ask doubt. Everyone will get a doubt that, sir, how can you say that they are all parallel rays will intersect only at focus? Is there any particular reason? Is there any particular proof? I don't know. Let's discuss this topic in the next video. How they will meet, why they will meet in the next video. Until then, keep studying. This is Pranav Ganapati signing off. Bye.